Where the fuck is McClay?
Patience, guys.
Oh yeah. No worries, brother.
All right, where you got me at? Right here. The Bogcast, episode 82. Jay Raja. Yes. Thank you guys so much for having me back.
Fuck yeah, OG guest.
Man, what a.
Hang on a second. Sorry.
Action.
Awesome. This is the Bogcast, episode 80. What did I say? Two. I'm your host, Keith Obit, joined with my co-host, Brian McClay. Quarantine is almost over, bitches. Bang Salon opens back up May 14th.
Get banged.
Fuck yeah. Come get all your hair needs, including cuts, natural colors, vivid colors, extensions, shampoo and stylings, all under one roof at Bang Salon. Find and message Bang Salon on Instagram at Bang Salon, at BANGDSALON. Use promo code
Bogcast
for 20% off your first visit. So come on down and get banged by Jordan. But if you really try to bang her, I'll fucking kill you. Cool.
All right, check us out on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, all your favorite podcatchers. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and make sure to check us out on Instagram at thebogcast. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. Hit us up.
Sweet. Thanks, McClay.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to welcome back a return guest, one of our OG guests that we had on in the
early days.
Yeah, in the early episodes.
Early days.
That is Jay Raja. How you been, motherfucker?
It's weird to say early days considering we're
it was like last year.
I know.
Dude, amazing to be back. Thank you, brothers. Oh man,
I couldn't wait for you to come and check out the new studio. I think you shot an episode in this room, but we had a table. That audio equipment used to be over here.
I don't know if I've been in this room, bro. Like,
really?
I don't think I have.
He was in the first one. Yeah,
I'm gonna pull it up right now.
I'm almost 90% positive, brother.
I'm pretty sure too.
Yeah.
I think it was the one on the second floor.
I don't know. I have a feeling it was the one where we had the audio equipment here, the table, and we got fucked up because we were drinking, we were smoking a shit ton of weed, we were just doing shots. We jammed out to Kid Cudi.
We got.
Oh yeah,
dude.
Right
bro.
I love
Just
Kid
what
Cudi.
I am, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got me into that jam. That was I listen to that jam probably 3 times a week.
Dude, that's it's a
two of the fucking hottest verses in a row.
Oh my god, dude.
And they're kind of motivational in a way too.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Do you like that jam?
I love Kid Cudi. Period. Dude.
Oh.
Kid Cudi's one of the most amazing musicians out right now.
Raw, dude.
And he turns Kanye into a better. There's very few people that you would think would turn Kanye into a better musician. Usually it's vice versa. But when Kid Cudi gets around Kanye, Kanye becomes the best version of Kanye.
I'm not gonna lie. I've never even heard that. Would they collaborate or something?
Big time. So they did a project called Ghosts. What was it? What's that? Kids See Ghosts. I think it's called Kids See Ghosts, and it's one of the best albums front to back. The bars in it are amazing. The melodies in it are amazing. Kanye is amazing. The beats are amazing. It's called Kids See Ghosts, and it's fucking amazing.
I've never heard you talk about Kanye like that.
I'm not a big Kanye fan, but whenever he's with Kid Cudi, I'm all for it.
Explain that thing on your blunt.
Oh, this is a
That fucking
a
fan
glass
makes
tip.
our blunts go out.
No, it doesn't. It's not smoking up that makes it goes out.
Look at that. That's this right here.
Well, anyways, this on the end of my blunt is a glass tip.
J-Raj, look. That's right here, bro. Look. You go ahead.
You guys
Let me see.
Glass tip.
Ooh.
So it just makes it easier.
Yes.
That's in this room, bro.
It is? Wow. I don't know. I don't know why I was so convinced it was in the other one.
'cause we were fucked up.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I got so turned that day.
Yeah.
Throw it on, bro.
I'm sorry, McClay.
Got it in.
No, you're right. It's got to be in this room.
Yeah, because we only had 10 episodes in that original OG Bogcast room, which was actually me and Jordan's bedroom.
Yes.
So, and then we came down here and we had like 2 or 3 different setups before you got these chairs, and we have this final setup now. So I'm glad that you can join us, man.
Thank you so much, bro. It's been awesome, dude. Like it's awesome to be back. It's so like awesome, just wonderful. The timing of things.
Yes.
You know, like the timing of this couldn't.
What do we call that on the Bogcast?
Dude?
Synchronicity.
Synchronicity, bro. Synchronicity, bro. I'm all about that shit, bro. Synchronicity, dog. Like,
well, you had stopped by the other day and I hadn't seen you in a long time. I was all stoked, and we were getting ready to shoot an episode with just us. I'm like, fuck, man, we should just shot one of the, so I was like, let's just do one next week.
Dude.
So it just worked out.
dude, perfectly. Like the universe always knows what I need. It always puts the people around me that I need at that chapter of my life.
Go with the flow like water.
Flow like water, baby.
And who'd you, and you brought your friend with us today, Steven?
Yes.
What's up, man?
It's my boy Steven. Dude, Steven, I'm so excited to share his like guitar playing and vibes with everyone a little bit later, dude. Like he's jumping on the global consciousness collective.
Do you want to explain that a little bit?
TM. So I had now I'm gonna go back. So I've spent like the last 6 or 7 years or so focusing a lot on my spirituality and trying to get to know myself more. And
in what ways? Like, what were you doing? What's up, McClay?
Nothing. I was gonna say something, but you already hit it.
oh cool.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, so what I mean by that is up until my mid-20s, I worked in jobs just, here's an opportunity. Let's go make this money. That's what you do. That's what I thought. So I get to my mid-20s and I start realizing that these jobs, I'm just not feeling fulfilled at all. And so I decided to make a change. And for me, that meant get to know what J. Raj wants and what makes J. Raj happy, and like just, strive for that. Because every day, like I would wait, I'd go to sleep, and I even did journaling back then, but I would go to sleep just never feeling fulfilled. So anyways, I started to really dig in and peel back the layers of the onion. And I started to get to know like how to relax a little bit, and that's always something to work on. But how to enjoy something for myself for a little bit, like, I don't know, just how to build up my self-esteem, how to, love myself a little bit, and like
do your best to be happy every day.
Yeah. But like not have it be so much effort.
Yes.
Like it was even days where I felt good at the end of the day. It was a lot of effort, just to feel that way. And like,
so you're just saying a natural state of happiness you wanted to find.
I think that if we're gonna set like like with goals, there's a perfection level I want to achieve, and then I just strive to get close to that, right? But like, yeah, essentially just a permanent flow state, and not letting anything rock the boat, but constantly being like mostly even keel, but full of joy and gratitude, like all the time, and yeah,
I think that you're pretty close to that to begin with, brother. You're always happy, man.
Yeah,
you
I've
seem
never
always
seen you
happy.
really too angry.
Yeah.
So I mean,
we all have our little issues. Don't get me wrong. We all go through
dude,
depression. That's a human reality for everybody.
Dude, like absolutely. Before I came the rest of the way to where I am now, and there's always so much more to go, but like where I am now is that I have had the rest of at least a full spiritual awakening now. And so before, like leading up to that point, dude, like, man, like feeling fulfilled or like and like continuing to strive and like really just loving everything around and in, like that seemed like it could not happen. Like, how does someone get that?
When me
know?
and Keith were talking after hanging out with you a little bit yesterday, I remember both of us were like, "Did you see? You could see like a visual shift, an audible shift in your voice. You could see like the smile." And I want to talk on what trip got you there. How did you get
No,
to this
this is
place?
exactly what I said. I go, I love when someone just finds about psychedelics because it just brings me back, you know what I mean, to when we discovered it, you know what I mean? But they come with such a fresh
what they're going through.
Yeah, but they come with so much love and new perspective and change, and it's like there's this new reality that you find and you just want to share with everybody, and I don't know, it's fun to explore.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
So explain.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
We're talking about him like he's not here.
Dude, like all right, like for like now it's like pretty effortless most of the time. Like now it's pretty effortless, but yeah, I want to preface by a couple things, like just real quick, is that like I believe that like 65% of the work that got me to where I'm at today came through spiritual work on myself and self-improvement, like over the years leading up to my use, but then
can we just talk about what those things are just really quick?
Yeah.
Like what? Like meditation,
Dude,
just writing goals down, things like that?
So something that I have striven, it's not a word, is it?
No.
Something that I've strived.
we can make up words here on the podcast.
We
Dude,
do it
I
all
like
the
that.
time. It's
Striven?
called cannabis. Yeah.
Yes. So, dude, like, all right. So something that I have strived to do for like at least a decade is like, well, let's say 7 years, like basically is breathing deep for more of the day. So like now I'm basically focusing on my breathing like almost the whole day. Like that's where I stay.
That's awesome.
But like I always worked on it. Like I always wanted
Worked
to
on
work,
breathing.
Yes.
So
on just continuously breathing throughout the day, like deep breathing as soon as I wake up.
Has that made a big difference for you?
Let me tell you what it does for me. So because I can only speak from experience, and like I hope it's helpful.
Well,
for
the reason why
someone.
I'm asking is because I've been
Yeah.
studying this deep breathing a lot lately, and how just as a society we've become accustomed to shallow breathing because we're not worried about predators or hunting. Where we're like, so I would love to hear.
Well, okay, so first to that, bro, like I'd say that like a cliche that what is it, like a boat feels safe in the harbor, but it's not meant to be in the harbor. Like I actually would say like that's the first issue, is like fundamentally the place we live in it has conditioned human beings in the majority to spend their time paying attention
Cannabis.
to flashy and sensory stimuli. That's like what the system has created. And we could go into that whole thing with MK Ultra, and
That's
like
another whole other
that's
show,
a whole
my
other
brother.
show, bro. Like that's what I mean, like there's all that, there's Project Hummingbird and all that, but like that's different. But then to me it's like, so with that being the case, it creates a system where people live in the law of diminishing returns. Like they're desiring things that are not going to bring them happiness, unfortunately. And I spent a long time there too. But so in my mid-20s I started to really look at that, and like, so I haven't been plugged into a lot of the same things for a long time that like a lot of people have been. Like I don't have an attachment to where I live. I don't have an attachment to
Things you own.
things. Like things don't matter to me. Like I drive a 93 Chevy G20 van that I love. Like dude, like I have a bed in there. Like I can totally live out of it. I've spent several nights in there. So to me, like happiness, like I just have to buy happiness, like however possible, but like the rest just doesn't matter to me. So like I think that's where it starts for me. I think that's the piece that then now we can kind of understand the rest of my answer.
Yeah.
Maclay, I want to hear what
The biggest part of that to me, and what I'm hearing some of the probably listeners thinking themselves is, yeah, that's all fine and dandy until you need some money. And how did you deal with that? Because listen, living, I don't know if you were working in the corporate world or what, but in order for me to even get to the point to even think about going to where you are, it took me walking away from my hamster wheel. So, how do you...
Well, I mean, so for me, a lot of that starts with what expenses do we have, right? And what expense...
Live as meager as you can, basically.
Yeah, I mean, look, if something brings you happiness, get it. But not if it's, to me, like, I just for me, is all I can say.
Yeah.
I can't invest in anything that's not going to bring me, like, I think is going to bring me, like, eternal happiness. So, like, so for example, like, I don't subscribe to any, like, watching platforms, or anything like that. I pay $350 a month. I stay on a couch, like, honestly, like, in a dope house, but, like, I stay, like, I have no car payment. I have, like, everything to me is just simplicity. And so it creates a situation where, like, on a monthly basis, like, I only need like $500, like, to survive.
Weren't you also doing this because you were pursuing acting, right?
Sorry, that's a really, like, low ball number to say, like $700. And
no, I know,
like,
no, that's I agree. Like, there's a point where where everybody can say to themselves, I really don't need what I think I need money-wise.
That's the fundamental issue. And that's what I was saying before, is that the whole system is built to make you think that you're not happy with nothing.
Yes.
Because nothing is everything and everything is nothing.
Don't fucking do that, dude. Jesus. Go
right.
cliche on us.
I'm sorry.
So basically, let's kind of get to it. Is that kind of the gist of you getting to the point up until recently? So what recently happened?
Okay, so right before I engaged in the most, not that I have a basis of comparison, but to me, like, I don't know how topping this trip on acid would be possible. Like, first, it was incredible. There's always an up, but
could you talk about your relationship with psychedelics before this trip?
Never, ever. So something that I've always been big into my spirituality. It's put me around a lot of people who are woke. Like, I'll just use that term.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use that term because everyone knows what I'm referring to, right? Let me just say a higher level of consciousness is on your mind more often. That's how I kind of prefer to say it. But with that being said, before that, I was spiritual, so I was around a lot of people. People had mentioned psychedelics to me before several times in my life, but I'd never even given it any thought. I was never gonna give that a chance. Like, smoking weed was the most I would do, and
did you have a lot of knowledge about it? And
no, I really didn't. And
is that because you didn't want to learn because of the stigma attached to it, or it wasn't in your mindset?
Great question. So there was a stigma?
It was partially about the stigma, but then, like, once I was into, like, my mid-20s, it wasn't about the stigma anymore, because then I was willing to do more in that, realm. But I think the last few years, and particularly, like, the last year, I've really been feeling like I have felt so much more connected in my spirituality to the universe, to this, that, but strive for that, and was meditating.
Oh shit.
Was meditating and
keep going
and digging into myself and journaling and all this stuff and self-improvement, but I never felt like truly connected to anything, to everything. I didn't feel that before. And then in the last 6 months, like, everything just led up, like, and then I was reintroduced to a friend who I hadn't talked to in 2 years, because, like, he needed to grow, I needed to grow. We were both, like, digging in a little bit too much into some drugs, like, just like, and then I stopped all the other drugs. I was just smoking weed for like the last couple of years, you know, and then the last 6 months, like I started getting communicated with, man. Like I knew for a fact, like I felt it, dude. Like, all right. And then psychedelics were reintroduced to me after not being
Around
mentioned or around or anything for the last probably like 4 or 5 years, I'd say. It's never been mentioned. And then for whatever reason, like the dude was like, dude, like you'll probably get a better understanding of the universe. And I was like, that's literally my mission. Like that's like everything to me. So like, let's go. Let me do that because I want to know.
Yeah.
That's the best way to go into it without having that anxiety, just wanting to find the universe.
Yeah. And I had a friend, you know, and a friend took me there who's like experienced and, you know, like.
And you know what the best part is like we were saying the other day is.
You can smoke it, brother.
You don't find psychedelics. Psychedelics find you.
Dude.
And that was the perfect timing.
Dude. I was literally, no, timing could not have been more perfect because like right before, dude, I was even questioning like acting again, like what am I doing, like what is any of this, like, you know, and then just like all of a sudden the universe.
Those are normal thoughts though.
Yeah,
that most people have.
I never really like questioned like my choice on that path at all. Like I don't know, I didn't. But then recently I was like really questioning everything, but I was like getting really happy, like happier than before ever, but at the same time feeling really incomplete. Like, I know that sounds weird, but like,
no, it doesn't.
I was like, I still don't understand, like, what's the purpose? Like, and now, like, after, dude, I'm like, dude, like, if everyone could have had that experience that I had, unfortunately, like, the thing is, like, there's such a stigma behind it, and like, whatever shit happens to people who like try to spread too much of the truth, dude, like, that shit happens. But like, for real, like, I feel like if everyone could have that experience I had, dude, like they would find their purpose, they would find self-love, they would find love and connection to everything and everyone. And but a lot of why I got there also is the spiritual work I did leading up to it.
Journey.
So I can't just share acid. I can't just like go market acid and like people won't get the same because I don't know.
No, that's the best way to put it, is the way you put it right there.
I was put right where I was put because I was meant to be there.
It wasn't the drugs that got you to find
I
the
don't think so, dude.
It was the lead up to it and everything.
I think that was the 15 or 20%, like, you know, but like I was already like, dude, I was already right there knocking on that door, and it was just like.
It's like what got you over that hill.
There's that feeling when you first break through that we just saw him go through, right? Because he's sitting there talking, he's trying to explain it, and at one point he goes, I don't know. He's just kind of like, you can tell.
Because you can't explain it.
Because you can't explain it, but it feels right.
You know it feels right.
So when it feels that right, nothing's going to change your mind.
No.
It's real at that point.
And when you talk about it with other people who've been through it, you don't even really need to describe because they already know. So you don't really have to, you know? And that's like the best part. It's like, oh, you know?
Yeah. Oh, you're tapped into?
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're tapped in? But you like don't even have to ask because you know.
But you know what's weird for me as an adult is I haven't taken LSD in such a long time, dude. And you had me thinking a lot about it recently. Like I do want to do it really badly, but I was thinking about when I did do it, I sold acid in high school, man. And I was dropping fucking 3-4 hits, you know, fucking, I don't know how many hundreds of hits you did. I probably did at least I probably did like 50 hits maybe. But I can't believe we were doing this when we were 16, 17 years old. Dude. But we were so like free of like those adult anxieties and just, that
was the best
That's
part.
what I'm saying.
Yes.
So now taking it, I have all this anxiety, you know what I mean? Of like,
what you're going to put yourself through.
Exactly.
Mentally. You're getting ready to go through some mental Olympics. My friend.
But I never even thought about it. When I was 16, I was like, oh, 3 hits. Fuck yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I think dude, also maybe
fried off my ass, dude.
Oh, dude, you have no idea. We were on another. I would do that. Go to Castles and Coasters. Ooh. I would do that and do those midnight lock-in bowling things. You know, like
I would do it and go to school.
He would fry at school, dude. He would pick me up for our telemarketing job. He had a Stratus. I'd see him pull up.
I own a Dodge Stratus.
Yeah,
I own a Dodge Stratus.
And he would pick me up. And then fucking, he would drive off, driving with his knees, rolling a joint.
Yes.
Right. And he's like 16.
My
I'm like, and I
boy.
was like, he is so cool. And then fucking halfway through the drive,
Not at all.
he would spark the joint, take a hit, pass. He'd be like, I just took 3 hits of acid. I'd be like, what the fuck? And then we get to our telemarketing job and he'd be frying balls at the job. It was
that
crazy.
My
fun?
thought
Was it
process,
fun?
that was my life. I'm telling you, brother, that like I lived in your world for a long
Like
period
2 years.
of time, for two years straight. I mean, I would average three trips a week
Dude.
for a good couple month period.
But
And I
you
would
know
take a
what though?
break.
You're not
But nobody
fried
knew I was
out.
doing it. That's the best part.
but
Like,
also
yeah.
you're
a couple
not
people.
fried
that's
out
perfect.
either. Like
No.
a lot of people who've taken hundreds of hits of acid turn into like movie characters. Like the guy that I bought
Right.
my acid from,
Yes.
he was like this. He'd be like, he was the nicest dude, sweetest dude ever. But he'd be like, yeah, bro, what's
The
up,
ultimate
man? Like out of a movie, because
Like a
he's
Dazed
just
and
so
Confused
fried
character.
out, you know.
He was hilarious, bro.
Yeah.
He was so cool. He drove a little VW Bug, listened to the Dead.
Yes.
He was like, 17 years old and just
He
totally...
sold me my fucking first hit of acid, and I go, well, what should I do? And he goes, just be in a safe environment, stay at home, and rent a movie. I go, well, what movie should I rent? He goes, Toy Story. It just came out on DVD or whatever. So me and Chris Jackson fucking rented it, and fucking
Game changer.
Oh man, we were just laughing for like 4 hours.
Were you
straight.
laughing hysterically
Well,
at any point?
Yeah. Early.
Isn't that
That's the
great?
craziest
Early.
part.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah, you're
There's
just
when I think of those early trips and laughing at the most ridiculous shit. I remember me and my buddy Jimmy, we were like, this was like our second trip ever. We were probably 14. And my dad, we heard that orange juice. You can make orange juice.
vitamin C.
Vitamin C. We heard you could take
Made you
orange
trip
juice
harder.
and it made you trip harder. So we're in my house. It's a fucking weeknight on a summer, you know what I mean? My dad's and my parents are asleep. We're laughing so hard in the kitchen on the other end of the house making orange juice. My dad got up and my dad walks in and just looks at us and he just goes and turns around and goes back to bed.
You guys probably laughed so
We
hard.
were fucking crying, dude. And I think about that period, and I just get giggly. I physically feel better when I think about those times.
Dude.
But you'll never take acid again.
No, I think I will.
Let's do it, bro. Come on, man.
Acid's another ball game, bro. I'm just being such a pussy about it all right now, dude. I don't know why, but
I do, because I have that same type of anxiety, but I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it.
I just want to break through so bad on DMT because I see what you're going through, and I want that because I'm tired of constantly trying to do it and getting so excited and getting nothing.
Just disappointment.
Disappointment. Because I know where this goes.
So, bro, let me start this one by just saying, like, I don't know how often I'll do any psychedelics, like, you know, how often or anything, because now I feel like I got such a residual, like, dude, I'm just like tapped in like every day now, like totally.
It's not a drug that you need to do over and over and over again.
No.
Like you could
Like,
do
you
it
know.
once a year, once every 5 years. Like you
Like-
could.
like I'm totally tapped in to the power source and love and self-love now. That's the goal, like, anyways, I feel like. So like once I felt that, like, I don't know if I need it, you know, but like but it's just so lit on regular life now. Like that to me is like
That's interesting.
Dude.
That's very interesting.
regular life.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll smoke a little bud, you know, like that's cool. Like that, you feel the vibe on that too. Like you plug right in.
You made a comment that I really instantly perked up on, and you said that you're no longer afraid to die.
Yeah,
That is so important, bro.
Do you think it's because of the LSD?
I do.
That's so important.
what-
Do you know the story about DMT and people that are terminal, like cancer patients, and that are afraid to die?
I don't know
Well, that's
a
with
lot.
psilocybin, though.
I-
That's not with DMT.
Oh, okay, psilocybin.
Or psilocybin, yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's still a psychedelic. It's still a That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, they
dude.
give it to cancer patients that are terminal.
That
and
is
then-
one of the things that haunts most humans the most is death. And when you no longer fear death,
Well, I don't think, because okay, so I'm sorry. Go ahead. I interrupted you.
No,
brother.
no. You didn't. You jumped right in at the perfect time.
So, all right. So I always thought that we're eternal beings, but like now I know, like I'm like fully convinced, like not just like I believe this, you know, I always believed it, but now I know, I saw it, you know? So like to me, it doesn't end here. It doesn't end here, you know, and like this physical vehicle that, you know, that my spirit's in right now, and like years and years, like, you know, I think it's.
Did you guys hear Elon Musk on Rogan?
Oh yeah.
Do you hear that part where when Joe Rogan's talking about like when we'll just be a brain in a vat, and Elon Musk goes, "What are you talking about? We already
5
are.
years.
We already are a
Oh, like
brain
a
in a
cyborg.
vat. All we are is electrical signals being everything that we know isn't just an electrical signal being sent from a brain surrounded by your skull, a meat vat. You know what I mean? Like that's all it is. Electrical signals, the smell, this touch, the feeling of this, my toothache, whatever. It's just a fucking electrical signal
That's all it
from
is.
a place this big.
Everything he said on that podcast, I was like, what?
The dude's an OG gangster, but that's fucking amazing. You know what I mean? Like when you
Thank
can
you,
get to that point, like,
Can you share your trip?
Yeah, I will. So, and I must say that I was in nature, and I by far believe that like that's the only way to me, because of just the universe. You're outside, dude. Like you see so much shit, and then you're just like, wow. But okay, so let me start by saying, so I went into it first. I had expectations first. Okay, so I ate one, and and like
The tab of acid?
and like an hour later, an hour and a half or something, we were pulling up to the location, or no, I'm sorry, we were passing through a town on the way to the location, and I was like, man, I'm not feeling this at all. I'm gonna eat another one.
that's everybody's first story, man.
So I ate another one, and
It was for the better.
Yeah, mistake number 2.
dude, like, and then we get, dude, we like pull up, and now we're like walking into, you know, nature, and it's just you know, miles and miles, just wilderness, just
Like where at?
northern AZ.
Oh, northern.
Yeah,
Ooh,
dude,
Nice.
forest.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's my favorite. Dude.
Yep.
And so we pull up, and now like they both kick in at the same time. I think. Well,
yeah.
probably not. No, actually, that's not how that went down. So we pull up, and like, dude, like instantly, I just felt like so elevated. You know, just right away, like I just felt like in a video game, if you could feel the impact of like when your player picks up a bunch of lives, like one of those mega like live power ups, like go 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 go, like it's like what it felt like. And then I just was like, I had an insane amount of energy. I couldn't stop smiling and laughing. I was like just like a little kid again, and I was like, dude, like right in that moment, I was like, this is going to be freaking amazing. Like I already know now, but I must go back and tell you one thing. I did have expectations at first, but then my buddy, like a little bit before we pulled up, was like, dude, just let it all go. Just whatever happens. Like you have to go into it with no expectations. You'll get the best out of it.
What were your expectations?
At first, I just like, I don't know. I just was like, all right, like I was like looking at stuff. I was like, all right, when am I gonna feel it? When am I gonna feel it? Like when am I gonna... And like I was, you know, that was like that.
Could you feel it
Are you
creeping
feeling it
in?
yet? Are you feeling it yet?
Or did you say that once?
No, I really couldn't tell if what I was feeling was, because every time I go into nature, even like, you know, forever ago, I've always felt elevated in nature.
Do you want me to tell you how you know every time when psychedelics are kicking in?
Go.
When you got that permanent smile.
Dude. Yes.
When you have that, when you cannot,
when your pupils are like this.
yeah, and
Yes.
when you cannot stop smiling because it hurts because you've been smiling constantly. That's when it's kicking in.
You're right.
And
You're
the
right.
funnest is when your stomach hurts from laughing so hard.
Yes, yes, yeah.
You're so right. Now, like, yes, because as soon as I stepped out of the car, and like,
Just all-
I was like, oh yeah.
as soon as you stepped out of the car, I know that feeling very well,
dude.
Yeah.
Like it perfectly
Yeah.
hit, just perfect.
It's like you're walking from black and white into a color movie.
Yeah,
Sometimes
dude.
you just have to
Wizard
get
of
out
Oz.
of that
Straight
world
up.
too. You're stuck in the car, and then you get out of that environment, and
And
then
the air
oh,
hits you,
Yeah,
especially if you're like by the ocean or something. When you can smell the sea salt from the ocean, or if you're just by any type of running water, that's I mean, if we could just find a really cool chill cabin in the middle of the fucking forest by a running creek or something, dude, I'd fucking live up there for a month and trip every day, you know what I mean?
Dude.
But that
I'll
would
do
be
one of those
awesome.
trips with you.
Let's do it. We got
You
some
heard
good
that on the
times coming up.
podcast. He's gonna do it.
We got some
I'm gonna
good-
find a cabin in the woods.
Dude.
Hey, you know
The
what we
trip
got?
out.
Hey, monsoons are coming, buddy.
Hey, dude.
Monsoons are coming.
I have a few places. We'll talk later.
Hell
offline.
yeah, hell yeah.
The next.
Sorry.
No, that was
Yeah.
perfect, dude. Come on, man. I love that shit. That's organic. So the next significant moment, because we just kept walking through the forest and just like kept feeling more waves like elevate, just kept
Just
going
getting higher
up,
and higher,
up, and dude, like straight up, like and then that second one kicked in too, and like, dude, it was like,
Was there any
it was
anxiety,
nuts.
or was it just all happiness and like just wow, oh my god? Or were you ever like, fuck, when am I gonna come back down?
So when I first started like getting to like really up there levels, like at that time I did at first, like it was like, whoa, dude, like this is like
This might be too much.
this is a lot right now. But then like
Then you just told yourself to breathe.
I said, let go.
This is what you have to remember. The
I
universe
breathed,
will
dude.
guide you.
Yep. I breathed, and like instantly I felt that, and I was like, just like give yourself to it, man. Yeah, like because it had been a while since I'd done anything besides smoke weed, really, and so but then I let go, and then I had my self-love moment. Like, dude, my self-love moment is like I'll never have a greater moment. Like,
That's ego death right there,
dude,
man.
oh my god, was it amazing. Like, dude, so first, all right, so you start becoming really conscious that you have, this very high vibration, right? And so you start like, feeling that. And so I've always been like I said, I've always been into spirituality, and I've done meditation, this and that. And so then it was like really at a high level. So then I started vibing with everything in nature, and I realized that I could literally vibe into like with anything, like I was vibing with this like absolutely just beautiful bush and these flowers, and then like all a bunch of bees came over and were like saying hi like at face level, and like, dude, like it was just amazing. I was like, I can't touch your sweet ass right now, but like we love you, like thank you, like, you're amazing.
It's fucking awesome.
Like and now like every day, bro, like when I wake up and like I ground into nature, like so like instantly. And I have a video, the one like the daily routine one, dude. Okay, so in there I show a little bit of nature. I've been really into that journaling, but like, dude, so instantly like that meditation though was like what unlocked it, like self-love, dude. I was like, so if I'm vibing with everything
You feel safe.
in nature, and it's like so beautiful, like it's overwhelming, like everything's overwhelmingly beautiful, like when you're there, and so then it was like, well, dude, like if everything is this beautiful and I love everything this much, like, and I'm part of it, like, because I can vibe, like I love me too.
You realize you're like all unison, right?
Yeah, we're all together.
Yeah, exactly.
And then now I just live on that like vibration and frequency, like without anything, or like maybe I'll smoke a little bud, but like that's like my number one goal all day is just to stay in my deep breathing and like meditate and like be of service and share the love and
Get some nature.
And of course, and ground, dude. I ground every day, bro. Like you get barefoot, you touch nature, with your feet, maybe hug a tree, or like just like I do. Mother Nature, bro. Like, man,
You're a fucking hippie, bro.
I am a
Happy
hippie.
now.
I love it, dude. I love
Tree
it,
hugger.
dude.
I truly am. I truly hug trees, bro. Like, and I ground in and I like vibrate, and birds come over and we like trade energy back and forth. It's beautiful, dude.
Fuck
Like,
yeah, dude. That's dope.
you know, like I have like bird friends and bee friends and like bumblebees and like wasps that come over and say hi every day, like at face level and hang out for a minute. Like, it's awesome, dude. Like,
So where do you see this trip taking you in your future? Like it's
Well-
constantly. It seems like the trip's still going.
dude, the trip, well, the trip, like it, like I was already like really like quite, you know, I was already doing a lot of work. It got me through the door, the trip did, and now I like don't really need a trip again, like, you know.
Yep.
But what I do need, and because what I feel now is just this immense, like, dude, this responsibility and this love, like, for the whole planet and everyone, and this oneness, this power, this source that we can tap into.
So would you
ride the wave? Like, yes.
Would you tell people to go fucking use psychedelics?
I would say, here's what I would say. I wouldn't say that, because again, like, I know a little bit about the history, like that doesn't work, like, because like a lot of the breakthroughs are a lot of that for a lot of people. It's a lot of that work they did before the trip, just like me, you know. So like,
Yeah, you can't go in.
You
Just
can't-
jump in, because
so
yeah, there are some dangers there. You could be unlocking. Some
It's all
things.
about setting
Yes.
in your environment when you
Yes.
take it, and not bringing in some like bad previous anxieties
Yeah.
into it. So
Yeah.
if you bring all that into your trip,
yeah.
you're gonna more steer to a bad trip.
Right. And so like for me, I was blessed that like the universe knew perfectly. I've like been trying to be led by, you know, the feeling and the spirit for a long time. But like now that, you know, it's there, bro. Like,
So what do you?
Sometimes I think though, some people do just need to dive into and take a 5-gram heroic dose of mushrooms, especially like politicians. Like, I think politicians should take a heroic dose of mushrooms at least every 2 years, just for ego, death, and perspective.
to clear.
And I think I know you think they're on it. I think it's the ones above them that are on it. I don't think our politicians are taking mushrooms right now.
No.
But I really do
I
think if
don't.
they did, they'd be a little bit more compassion and love, you know what I mean? Instead of fucking just hate and wanting to fucking kill each other all the time.
I agree with you. I do. But like because of the stigma and all that, like I don't think that can be like the leader, you know, as far as like what I want to share. But what I for sure need to share, like now, like it's a need, is I need to share the love. I need to share the higher vibration. I need to share, you know, the self discovery, and, you know, searching for what you believe in the universe. Like, not everyone has to agree with what I believe, you know, but please just at least search for what
it doesn't
you
have to
believe in.
necessarily be with psychedelics.
Right.
Just search. And,
Just search,
exactly.
you know, do some meditation, you know. Every human being has to breathe to survive, so there's got to be something there, right? So I feel like everyone should focus on their breath a little bit each day. There's a lot of videos and techniques and how you can
I'm
do
so
that.
glad you brought that up. Actually, one of them is that I've been into lately. His name's Wim Hof.
Yeah,
Do you ever?
I've done them.
Yeah, I do his breathing technique 3 times a day. It's only 10 minutes long,
Yeah.
and it's just weird. After you're done with it, you realize how much just stress and emotion you hold in your body, and then afterwards, you just, I don't know, you release a little bit of it. It's really hard to explain, but I've realized I've been shallow breathing my entire life, and this deeper breathing that I've been getting myself into. I got to be more conscious during the day, like you are, and keeping that going instead of just these 10 minutes that I'm doing.
So bro, like, dude, like, and just a random side note, like the words like good and bad don't exist to me anymore. But like, but because there's just duality in experience. But I wanted to say on that is that I have a daily routine, dude. Like I you know, I have a whiteboard that I have to get through these things every day, and it's not I get to, because
Can we talk about those?
Yeah,
Because I do
100%.
something similar where I write in a
100%.
notebook. I love hearing other people's routines and stuff and
Dude,
how they go about their day.
okay.
I'm not fucking trying to be Jocko and getting up at 4 a.m. and shit, fucking and shit. But
I mean,
he's super inspirational. But yeah, fucking.
I'd like to start there. So,
you don't get up at 4, do you?
I get up between 3 and 5 a.m. 5 days a
Fuck.
week on purpose.
What time do you go to bed?
On those it just doesn't even matter anymore, because now that I'm tapped into this energy source, like I've gone to bed at midnight and gotten up at 3, like I don't care anymore. But usually I try to go to bed like 8 to 9.
Try to get your 7 hours, man.
9:30.
Sleep is super important.
Yeah, I mean,
It's good for the body.
it is good, and the more sleep we get, the more tensions we get to pay the next day. Everything flows through, but then we get to decide like what we're gonna pay attention to. I think we talked about that last time. That's my belief. Because energy and but yes, my daily routine is what I owe like everything to, I think, and everyone around me that's ever like loved on me. But like
right when you wake up,
yes,
what do you do?
I breathe. So I blow my nose. I would like give my face a little water and I breathe. I'm going into my deep breathing right away, dude. And that's relieving the pressure for me from my head. It's loosening everything up. I'm loosening everything up. I'm doing a little stretch, a little looseness, like this, that. Everything's feeling a little more
You
fluid.
don't take care of the raging boner?
I mean,
Or smoke a bowl.
take a pee. I pee. You take your piss.
Like in 40-year-old version, like,
on the side of the wall.
you know what I'm saying?
Dude, like, yeah, that shit's funny as fuck.
So let's not lie. That happens for the first 5 minutes. Then
So
you
I
do your
pee.
breathing.
Yeah, well, sure, yeah. So so you take your piss, and then but I clear the airways. I breathe right away, dude. Deep breathing. I'm stretching. I'm loosening up. This and that. Drink water with lemon. Very important.
That's the best
to
thing you can
me.
do is drink a glass of water,
Dude.
at least right when you wake up.
With lemon.
Yeah.
Especially with that, yeah.
Yeah, dude, lemon is like like an antibiotic, dude. Like the system loves it so much. You can feel everything like revving up so efficiently for the day, dude. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Not that I believe in time.
Did you have
really.
cucumber in there too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
That's good.
cucumber and lemon. So I hit it with that, So by this point now I'm like starting to smile like a good amount, because I've breathed deep enough now to like release the tension and like feel good and like get the gratitude in. Like right when I wake up now, I'm like pretty lit. Like I'm already happy as fuck, like because I
You're a fucking hit.
Dude, I am,
It's
bro.
fucking great.
I'm pissed I like getting my coffee.
Dude. Oh, bro, that's another one. Like, so like for like a couple weeks, I did honestly, it was probably only like 8 days, but like I did the pre-ayahuasca diet. And I decided that I don't need to do the ayahuasca. Like,
no, why put yourself through that shit?
Well, I wanted to do it for the spiritual. Like everything to me is led by the spiritual, but I don't need it.
DMT, dude.
Well,
you don't have to put
yeah,
yourself through this
exactly.
shit.
Right.
It's the same shit.
Yeah.
I don't even.
But you know what? There is an experience of going and doing it like in
I
Mexico
get it. That's
and like
just
a
too
real.
much for me.
But every experience that I hear is usually, as a matter of fact, there's a really, not to interrupt really quick, there's a really awesome documentary that just dropped called Have a Good Trip on Netflix. And it's a bunch of like kind of celebrities talking about doing LSD.
Yeah.
And Sting's on there, and they talk about I forgot who it was. They talk about fucking doing ayahuasca in Mexico. It was Sting going and fucking they brought him up, started fucking pouring blood on him, doing all this crazy shit, and he's like, what the fuck?
He's shitting himself and throwing him up, throwing
Yeah.
up all over the fucking place. Fuck that. Just go.
But
smoke
some people
DMT.
like love to have that kind of experience. But you're right, DMT is just that 15 to 20 minute blast to get you there and back. You don't have to deal with all that shit.
last 2 years.
It's the isn't it the active ingredient?
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
ayahuasca.
yeah.
So
yeah.
So
Boom.
basically, the best way to put it is every single plant on God's green earth has DMT in it.
okay.
We in our body, in our gut,
No.
we have acids and different things that neutralize the DMT.
And they think there's DMT in the pineal gland.
So what happened through time and what the shamans say is that the leopard god came to them and told them, if you mix this root with this leaf and this other plant, you will neutralize the neutralizer and you can get fucked up on the DMT. But by doing so, you're also going through 8 hours of hell.
You're throwing up a lot.
Shitting yourself. Just
actually, I don't think it kicks in until you
I don't.
up, right?
I want no part of that. Some dudes walking around with tobacco, just blowing hardcore tobacco leaf smoke in your face constantly. I just don't want to.
They're smacking you around.
Dude, that's like going through withdrawals all over again. I don't want to do that.
Fucking chanting and shit.
Fuck that.
You know what we do? We just look up those DMT chants on YouTube. Lay down, put some crazy lights on, dude, and blast off. It's kind of the same thing.
Dude.
But anyway, so you were doing this pre-ayahuasca ritual. You're like, I don't need to do this anymore.
Yeah. So I still eat super clean. Like I'm cutting like another probably like 10 pounds, like be like 155, 156.
Okay, so by fucking 4:15 a.m., you're all happy. Then
oh
what?
yeah, sorry. I'm all scattered. Yeah. So okay. So dude, if you wake up between 3 and 5 a.m., like the reason that some people do that, like you guys probably already know, like. It's said that between the realms, there's the least amount of separation that you can get your manifests directly through without much resistance.
Fucking hippie.
And dude,
no,
like,
that's why they talk about like spirits and shit. Like when people have ghosts and shit, most action happens between 3 and 5 a.m.
Yeah, they call it witching hour. For that reason.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm sure like, dude, like.
I love shit like that, bro. I believe in shit like that.
Dude,
I'm right there
all
with
day.
You.
Oh,
yeah.
all day,
He's
bro.
just calling you a hippie, that's all.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. Like, that's cool. Like,
I am a hippie
100%,
too, bro.
dude. Me too. I am. No, dude, we're tribe. So like.
You're like
so
10% hippie.
So,
yeah, maybe.
So you're not hugging trees.
No, definitely not.
So that's what I do, you know. So I get up between 3 and 5, at least 5 days a week, and I send good vibrations up for all the people, for just more awareness,
Kind of like a prayer.
more love, yeah. And all that, to me, all that is now, like now I know it's like
Setting intentions.
it's just sending intentions, yep, and you know, perhaps also with like the emotion, you know, and once you attach that positive emotion.
Yep.
Electro waves, dude.
Yep. Yeah, you can definitely tell.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome, dude.
It's really wild, dude. There's a major difference outside.
And your productivity seems like it's up pretty much because I see you doing all this crazy shit, man. Like I saw you were on Haters Make Me Famous podcast.
Dude, shout out Chris
Badass
Martin,
shirt,
bro.
dude.
Like Convicted Creations, Hempful Farms, dude. Like all the brands, dude. Much love, Chris. Like Andy, all you guys, dude, amazing peeps. Like insanely amazing vibes, dude. Like so much love. Yeah, so they had me on. Thank you so much, bro, for saying that. I'm just now that here's what it comes down to, man. Like I've always lacked the discipline to really do anything successfully. Like I've never really amassed a whole lot of success in anything because I never really cared that much about what I was doing. But now it's like it's a duty, like to my race, like everyone, dude. And like, so yeah, bro, like the global consciousness collective now, like it's all over. Like if people follow me on Instagram, you know, now it's which I just changed my my Instagram handle, dude. So it's not.
How do you do that?
Oh, you just go into your settings.
Edit, right?
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Oh yeah, dude.
I was telling you last time you were here about Ari Shafir. He's taking a lot of shit right now. Everyone hates him, but he has a mushroom fest where he has everyone in the world take mushrooms on the same day,
Yeah,
so
dude.
everyone's tuned in. It's kind of within what you're talking about.
It's totally within it because that's.
Do you know
exactly,
what day that is, McClay?
Yeah, it's the day the moon is the brightest, I think. It changes every
Oh,
year.
it changes? Okay.
It's like a certain time period where the moon stays out the longest and is the brightest of every year.
That's the day
It's
he
called
picks?
Shroom Fest. He doesn't pick it. I mean,
not the...
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know what you mean, yeah.
yeah. So,
now it's Lightworker J Raj.
wow, interesting,
Wait,
brother.
that's your Instagram handle? Dude, you are the hardest person to try to tag on Instagram. You know that? Because if I was actually trying to do it earlier for a story because I was just taking some bullshit videos in here.
Okay.
But what was it before? The real J Raj?
It was.
That's why I couldn't fucking find you.
Yeah, the real J Raj. But now that my ego's done,
So you were saying before how before you took LSD, you were having doubts with acting and stuff.
I was.
Now that you've taken LSD,
Yeah.
What now?
I don't want to make money purely off how I look anymore.
You mean like the modeling side of it?
Yeah. Like, but if
What about the acting side?
if
Do you
it's-
still pursue that or have interest in any of that?
So now here's the thing. Now, for me to want to do, for me to want to be on screen now representing anything besides my, mission, is dude, it's gonna have to be a cause that I gotta love the message. Like,
So if it's some bullshit, just hilarious script, but it doesn't have a message, that's a no-go?
making people laugh is a gift.
Yes, it is.
So comedy is a genre that's gonna get a lot more passes from me, because people like really, really need to laugh, especially right
Yeah.
now. So like I would be a lot more lenient on comedy, but otherwise, like I'll give you an example. Like I've been saying no to most acting gigs lately, but the one I've said yes to is my friend Sean, who works with Broken Door Media. Shout out Cassidy. Thank you so much, bro. Much love to the whole squad. Ryan, Barney, you guys are freaking amazing. Sean,
Just gotta check something.
oh yeah, do your thing, brother. So Sean wrote a trilogy. It's like a Hunger Games trilogy, and he's gonna have me play like I'm one of the main guys in it.
Dope.
But a lot of the writing has a lot of really awesome messaging and the undertones and like double meanings for current stuff and this and that. So I'm gonna be a part of growing that whole franchise. But that's the kind of choice that I'm making these, moving forward as far as acting goes. If
Yeah,
it-
you're not pursuing everything like
no.
before. Yeah.
No, if it's a commercial, like if it's a commercial, it's
Like
and
decent
it's-
paying.
Yeah, I mean the pay to me is not going to make a huge difference now. Like it's going to be all about what do you represent? Like what does a client represent? I'm going to look them up. Do I want to add to their force, to their
Okay, let me ask you this then.
Yeah.
Last time you were on the show, you were just completely against doing free stuff.
Yeah.
What if it's a great message but it's
Mhm.
free?
I mean, I don't really care. Again, like, so now money to me is just the accepted method of storing our transferred energy. So like that's it. Like the human race has agreed that you exchange your energy for this. So like I have to play in that game, of course.
Yeah.
But
We all have to play in that game to survive right now.
right, exactly. But there are other ways as well. Like I have a couple of friends who are who are looking for land so that we can build an alternative way of living, off
A hippie commune?
outside. Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all for that too, man.
Dude.
Grow a lot of
Yeah, but
pot.
you know what always happens is the leader fucks all the chicks, and then drama happens, and then you get
Just grow a lot of
murder
pot.
That-
happens, and
That's what so you're right, that does happen. But so like in this situation, it's like a married couple and their kids, and then there's like a small crowd of their like really close friends that are basically all like family anyways. So it's a little different. But
yeah, it's like buying all the houses in a cul-de-sac.
exactly. So yeah,
that'd be fun.
that's a really good analogy.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
it's not mine. I stole it from
Right?
Rogan. It's not mine. That's not mine.
I was gonna say, wow.
That's a good one. But yeah, man. So that's that jam. That's one option there. So your question, I'm so like off.
I had to do
Basically,
with
routine?
Acting, yeah.
before
Oh,
and
acting.
after LSD and your pursuits.
Free acting.
Free. Oh,
Okay.
So last time you were on the show, remember you were talking about, I don't want to do free work
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
I have value, this and that. Now, if you got offered a gig that just had this great message but was for free,
So I don't care anymore if like whether the gig is paid or not paid or how much it's paid. Like, yeah, I'm going to just, have all gigs go through my agent still. Like that's, that's the way I want it. So he has certain parameters that meet, what, they can pay to book talent. But for things that I take on the side, friends, different groups, things that I find myself, which is most of the stuff, like, as like it was pretty much almost all the work I was getting up till now. For that stuff, like I'm not gonna have that be the deciding factor, not the money piece.
You know what? How I kind of like to explain it. There's a money factor and a happiness factor.
Yeah.
And you gotta, if certain things that make you and you can do in that realm where you usually get money, but you enjoy being around the people you're with, and you can get by without having to get paid for it.
Right.
There's a lot of good feeling in doing something like that for free for people that you love.
Absolutely.
And there's different kinds of stresses too. Like if you're working 9 to 5 and you're not feeling as free, you have this stress of like you're hating life because you're filling in this box, but then you get rid of that stress and then you're working on your own. Yeah, it's a struggle to pay the bill sometimes, but it's a lesser stress because you feel more free, right?
So yes, when we are, in my experience, when I'm working on furthering my own missions, like my own company, this, that, whatever, we don't spend as much money, right? Because when you're happier more of the time, you don't have to spend as much money, with
filling that void
with other things. Yeah. Like, like when I was in mortgage banking and hated my life, basically, was getting a bunch of money and just like hated life. I was spending, $1,000 a weekend partying, like, I was like
running that hamster wheel.
Yeah. And so then you start to do what you love. And like, now you're like, oh, well, what do I really need? Like, cause now, there's a much higher bar set for the criteria of what can be in my life, because now that I fully not fully, there's never going to be a fully, but now that I have seen enough to know, not just have a high belief in it, but know that like the energy factor is there and that the waves are real and that the transfers of energy and the this and the that and the that. Yeah. Now that all that is like conviction done, like believe, no, like coming back, now I'm like, there's only so many people and so many things that can get into my schedule. So going back to the free or unpaid or paid acting gigs, I don't believe I'm going to have enough time to entertain those offers. But if I do, and I really want to do the cause, like I'm going to do it.
Well, it seems like, and correct me if I'm wrong, maybe before LSD, you're heavily involved with acting and, I hate to use the word like make it, but you're really trying to, I don't know, you become a successful actor. Is that wrong to say?
No,
but now post LSD, it seems like that's kind of on the back burner and you're more about spreading the love, going on this trip up the coast, spreading this awesome vibe that you've just fucking come upon.
So check it out. I can't answer that question, but I can change the question a little bit and it'll make sense. So now it's not that isn't important to me. It's that now that the bar has changed and now that I've seen just like what my mission is and like how important it is that I, go and like spread the love and just what I've been blessed with, like put that on people and try to increase the vibe, dude, for the whole human race. Like now that I've seen that that's my duty, like that has to take the driver's seat and charge and be my force. That's my force on everything now. So whether that includes acting gigs often or not, whether that includes, like there's certain things like I have to get my message out. You know what I mean? It's not my message, but the message, the love, it's got to be shared. So I guess
that's a great way to put it.
Do you know what I'm saying?
That's a great way to put it. The
answer,
bar has changed.
It's different.
Your end game has changed.
It's a different way of
thinking. It's interesting to see in person.
And that's why it's so important about psychedelics, because it makes you realize that there is no beginning or end. Like you're constantly moving. You're constantly in energy.
It makes you realize what's important.
It makes you realize what's important. Yes.
Can I go back and tie it together? It makes you really think about what we pay our attentions to. Everything is flowing, right? The flow state, bro. Like, exactly what I'm saying. But for everything else, it's like we can only pay so many tensions. So what am I going to choose to pay my tensions to?
Yeah, exactly. What are you gaining anything out of this time that is being wasted?
Well,
is the time being wasted right now?
Or
that's the ultimate question, right?
Well, or is that is the question, what is time?
Well, here's the thing, and I can't remember where I saw this or who said it, but it's really stuck with me lately. In that there's there's only one thing more precious than time, right? Because time we can never get back, right?
Right.
And you'll never get that back.
That's what makes me the most mad is when my time's wasted.
Yes.
Yeah.
More than anything.
Right?
But what is more important than time? For us,
Loving ourselves.
truth.
And truth.
Just truth.
Yeah.
Ultimately, there's nothing more important than truth.
Right.
But time is pretty fucking close, man.
Yeah,
Because
dude.
you cannot get that shit back.
Absolutely not.
So there has to be a reason for you at some point when you grow, when you mature, intellectually mature. I'm not saying, because it could happen at different stages in people's lives.
Right.
But I think when a person really intellectually matures, they realize, is me arguing about semantics with my coworker really gonna fucking matter right now?
But sometimes that's fun.
It is fun.
Just because work's so boring.
It
Like, I'm
is
gonna
fun.
fuck with this guy.
But it's like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like,
I'm
am
gonna
I
piss
gonna-
off Susan today.
am
Fuck
I,
her.
so you know what?
You know,
like,
taking a shower and shit.
it gets to the
Yeah.
point where like the whole time you're at work, you're like talking to people. My thought process is, hey, if I'm not gonna gain anything out of this, and I can gain something out of this by giving people good information. That's a gain to me. I'm gonna
Yes.
talk to these people about fucking psychedelics.
Yeah, then they put you in this box and they're like, "Oh, we got to get rid of this guy."
Yeah, but I'm being truthful with myself.
Right. I know you're right.
No, you're absolutely right, dude.
I'm not gonna lie about.
No, I'm
the
glad
truth
that you.
anymore.
I think promoting
Dude.
psychedelics, the positivity of it, and your experiences is the best thing you can do.
Yes.
And I'm really appreciate you doing that with us today.
Well, dude, like, I mean, dude, like, for me, it's like, I don't care how people get there. If it's religion, if it's psychedelics, that unlocks it for you, like it did for me, unlocked the self-love. That's what it is, right? That's that missing piece. It's the self-love, and then that equals love for everyone and everything, you know, and like tapping into the oneness. Like, I really would just love to encourage everyone to just breathe deep and go barefoot and put your feet and your hands on some trees and see if it's not a little more beautiful when you
Hell yeah.
take some time to notice what's going on. And
Did you want to
dude,
still jam a number?
dude, I would love, so Global Consciousness Collective. I'm not taking credit for it. It's just I got the message and I saw the vision, and so there's gonna be a lot going on with that. You know, just but one of the things is real high vibe in music. Steven, my boy, is he's really, really awesome on guitar, dude. His vibes are like really, really dope. And so I just wanted to
I had no idea you were even involved with music. So that's awesome.
You know what's really funny, dude, is like, okay, so
I apologize. I gotta use the restroom.
do your thing, brother. Several years ago, I came.
Watch out for his guitar.
I came.
You can pull it out now if you want, buddy. If you want to
Yeah,
start
dude.
fucking plugging in and shit.
Yeah, dude. Start.
Oh, you're gonna plug Bluetooth into that thing? I just saw the logo.
I just plugged my guitar in that, and it's wireless. It's
Bluetooth?
it's just a speaker.
Here, dude. Take my
That's cool.
seat. Take my seat, bro.
No, you're gonna have to sit there so you can sing into the mic.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Word.
You're good, bro. Hey, we're just chilling, dude. Don't even worry about it.
Hell yeah, dude. We're just chilling.
I didn't know if you wanted
This
to
is-
record it.
This is the homie. Oh, I do. Thank you. Dude,
If
Keith,
you need anything, just let me know. You get on water? You need a pick or anything?
dude, so Steven, Keith and I, we have
Oh shit!
done a bunch of acting stuff together, and
It's a nice guitar, man.
over the years, but
You know, I was thinking about it
yeah.
actually.
Huh.
Oh, hey, you know what? He's gonna come through that door. I don't want your guitar to get fucked up. I was thinking about that. I've actually worked with you. I think more so with you behind the camera.
scenes.
With you behind the camera, as far as like on Solace, the recent project. We have been on a lot of sets together acting, but
Yeah. More
like,
so
yeah.
on the
and that's what I'm trying to do right now is get
putting things
more
together.
so behind the scenes on the sets.
Well, dude, it just like it lets you really like put your vision out there more, and
Sure.
and people, like that's gonna be my role more so in entertainment as well, besides getting the message out. And if I could just real quick, could I shout out a couple more things?
Go ahead, bro.
Okay.
You're good.
So if you guys can all do me a few solids, on Instagram, please follow me first of all. That is light worker J Raj, so spelled out light worker, the letter J, RAJ. And you'll see a lot of the Global Consciousness Collective stuff on there, and then whatever other acting stuff I do, and kind of my other fun shenanigans. And then also please follow Convicted Creations. Shout out again Chris Martin at Convicted Creations at Hempful Farms. I just connected him with the dude from the attorney from Abolish Private Prisons. So we're gonna hopefully cause some dope waves throughout the private prison industry as well through making that connection. So would love to get some more energy onto that. And yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah. So is it just you two in the jam band, or is there other members, or?
We are gonna have a couple other guys. I've got like a friend who plays the bongos, who I'm probably gonna have on. I'm probably gonna play the bongos because I've been kind of having fun with that, dude. It's like super vibe, dude. Like once you're like all tapped in, shit, it's fucking dope.
You go
dude.
bongos, yeah.
Yeah, you go bongos. That's really that's really funny, actually. That's really good.
So do you have a name?
Well, just everything right now. I've just been, branding under the Global Consciousness Collective now.
Band
It's
names
like
are
the
a
new
fucking
thing. It's
bitch to
fire.
come up with,
Yeah, dude.
because you're serious for like 5 seconds and then you just turn into joke names for like fucking half hour to hour. Like, what about this?
Dude, I mean, I think, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know. I don't know as far as name goes, and I don't know like what my role will be in it or anything, because like even though like I'm here, like I'm gonna be a part of it, but like
So this is the first time the public gets to hear this?
yeah, dude.
Okay.
Like I just want to share the love and the joy. So by no means like this is like no professional training for me or anything. Like
So we'll give you like 5, 6. I don't know how long you just fucking jam out, right?
yeah, I mean, yeah, a few minutes, Steven, feel it out and have fun. And
All right. So this is
Global Consciousness Collective.
Can I go get my weed real quick? I want to roll some weed
Ooh.
to this.
for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
J Raj and the Global Consciousness. This is that'd be cool. That's the band name.
The
Like it's
Global
J Raj and the consciousnesses.
Oh, like plural?
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope, dude. But no, but I'm gonna be doing documentaries too, dude. Like, there's a couple already in the works, and then Broken Door Media, some video marketing things, dude. Like, they're a super like of the light working side, the good side. Cassidy and like Ryan and the team, dude. Like, all real good vibes.
Fuck yeah.
So I can feel really good about joining in that synergy.
I feel like I did a
and-
project with them once before. I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe Netfall or
Oh yeah, Netfall.
yeah, you produced.
I was
that.
like an extra in it.
That's cool, dude. That was a fun film set. They came back to that set.
Did that ever get finished?
Well, this year, yeah, I think it was this year actually. They I think filmed another couple of days or something. I cooked for one of the days. I was cooking for some films and stuff recently, but
I'm gonna check the audio just before you start because we lost that TV.
I gotta use the restroom.
Oh,
too.
you're good. You're good. Okay. McClay, you want to do our shout outs now before the
Yes,
jam,
yes,
and
yes,
then
yes. Yeah, and then we can just while they're jamming, just lead out.
Yeah.
Shout out to old school homie. What up, Cam Pong? You knew I had to say it.
Cam?
What up, brother? Cam is a old school homie that we just hit up recently, and he's out there living the quarantine life in California, in Killicali, in Stockton of all places. Stockton, motherfuckers. Stockton. So big shout out to Cam. What up, brother? Shout out to shout out to my new Discord server, which is fucking rocking shit. It's called Clutch Collectibles. We're doing all kinds of cool shit on there, selling trading cards, group breaks of unopened product, raffles and giveaways of badass comic books and like collectible rumors and shit, where to make money on stuff. So if you want to get into that, hit me up at Brian McClay, at Brian McClay on Instagram. Shout out to the homie not blood but family, Daniel Aragon. Much love, brother. Love you, bro. Shout out to all the homies on Absolute Geek. Make sure you guys are checking out Absolute Geek podcast every Friday night at 7:30 p.m. East, 7:30 p.m. Arizona time. Check out Tales from the Flip Side every Monday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. Tales from the Flip Side YouTube page. Make sure you guys go check that out. That podcast, that YouTube page is adding all kinds of different podcasts every day. I think we got different podcasts every night of the week going live. A couple of them are pre-recorded, but most of them are live at Tales from the Flip Side. CBSI presents Tales from the Flip Side YouTube page, and you can find out a lot of cool shit there. So yeah, this, that, and the other. Make sure to check out Binge on This, who I think they just released. Did they release? I think they released Keith's episode. So make sure you check that shit out. They got a really cool fucking D&D thing going down where they're doing really badass fucking D&D show called Roll 420s. How fucking genius is that title? Roll 420s. If you're a D&D nerd and smoke fucking cannabis, you're fucking laughing your ass off at that shit.
Sorry.
So make sure you check them out.
You say Nice Dreams?
Nice Dreams CBD. Make sure you check them out, dude. So Nice Dreams. Big shout out to Nice Dreams. Mother's Day. Shout out to all the mothers out there. On Mother's Day, my mom came by with my pops. We had dinner, and my mom said, she goes to a pain center, and if she comes up positive on THC, they'll kick her out of the pain center. Oh shit! And she unfortunately is a 65-year-old lady who has to take Vicodin. You know what I mean? And she's addicted to it physically now, which sucks. Right. Because if she doesn't take a pill every 12 hours, she goes through withdrawals, and that's heartbreaking. But you're 65 years old, you're in pain. At that point, I told her, we just need to find you a place where you can take your pills. It's not like you're overdoing it.
They won't prescribe the Vicodin if THC shows up?
Yes,
that's what you're saying?
yeah. And which is fucking bullshit. Get your shit together, medical. Shit. So anyways, my mom came over and I said, we got to hook you up with at least some CBD shit, because the CBD cream was working to help my brother and my dad. My mom's like, I need to try it. So I gave her the samples of Nice
Where's
Dreams.
her pain at?
Her pain is pretty bad.
Like what? Like you gave her the cream?
Oh yeah, my mom's pain's everywhere.
Oh, so just her whole body in it?
Yeah, she just goes into a huge. I mean, Nice Dream CBD hooked up backed up a truck worth of that shit.
Put it on a slip and slide.
Yeah. So, but anyways, so I gave her those samples that Nice Dreams gave us.
The gummies.
The gummies.
Oh, okay.
And she called me yesterday and said that she had a decent night's sleep for the first time in forever.
What?
Fucking, if anybody knows, this is gonna sound crazy because I know how we talk about it, but this is for somebody who's 65 years old. Here's my opinion on this. You're 65 years old. If you're in pain, it's not a bad thing to use painkillers if you're not overdoing it. She only takes as directed. As is. Yeah, dude. She hates, you know what I mean? She should be able to use THC also. So if any of you guys out there know a pain center where you can use THC also,
if they
hit me up.
Literally use the THC, it might even get her off of the Vicodin.
That's the plan. That's exactly what we want to do.
Know.
So I had my mom came to me that Mother's Day.
They probably know that, and they just want the money, so they want
that's
her
exactly
hooked,
it. That's exactly it, and that's why she was almost in tears saying to me, I just don't want to be in pain, but I also want to use the THC because I know the benefit from it, how it works, from the inside out, basically.
Yeah, the pain receptors. I mean, we wouldn't have those, like the cannabinoid receptors.
Do you need a stand for that?
Yeah, please. I should have asked you before, but
So, anyways, it's just. But anyways, it's Nice Dream CBD. Shout out to Nice Dreams,
dude,
what the fuck is that?
what is that? Interesting. Oh, thank you. Where's that coming from?
I don't know if this would work.
Is that outside? Oh yeah. It's oh, I should take it out of this thing. Then.
It was the timer. The timer.
All right, well,
Carry us on out.
sweet. Can you get both of you guys in the shot?
Yeah, kinda. If you move a little to your left, then we can have you in there. There we go. You'll see when you're in it.
All right, this is Jay Raja and the global consciousness is.
That's right.
Damn, that weed's fire.
It really was. Thank you so much, dude. To everyone out there, man, I just really want to thank you guys for letting me here to share some more of the love, and I want to encourage people to just keep connecting every day, man. Look inside, find that connection. There's some real rewards to be found in there, and it's just it's you yourself. It's beautiful. You are beautiful. So please do it. And just another couple real things. Back to one question you said. Journaling, massive unlock. Nature, sun vibes, massive unlock. And with that, Steven.
Are you playing the that one instrument in the background? What's that thing called? What is that thing called?
A weed.
The grinder.
A grinder.
The grinder.
Put up to the mic and do percussion.
Dude, percussion's massive. Dude, massive unlock on spiritual, dude.
You can turn it up if you want, dog.
Yeah, dude. Jam out, bro.
No, you're good.
It's hard
you
to
can turn
jam.
it up, bro.
That's the only problem, man. It's kind of hard to jam with this shit.
That sounds pretty good.
Perfect.
Ooh. I'll follow your cue, maestro. Feel free to pick up the tempo whenever you want. Went outside, took a look around. Never noticed before how beautiful she was. So I took that walk. I laid that pipe. Not the pipe you thinking, but the one you're thinking. Good vibes, good energy. That's all I want to share for free. It's the human race. It's the only face in the happy place. So please cut all the mean vibes and violence. There's no place for it here. Love is all we need.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, brothers.
Thank you.
Bang.